about half an hour, and then we went out, just went door to door, you know what I mean? House to house type thing, and yeah, basically, it was kind of fun, you know what I mean? I still get paid for it. I get like $19 an hour for it, and then if I get more leads than hours worked, I start getting commission for my leads, which is pretty lit. Unfortunately, I worked 3 hours and I got 3 leads, so I didn't get commission, which is fine because it's literally the first time doing this shit, so that's totally fine. Yeah, basically, what is nice though, what is kind of a flex is I did get more leads than Suarez, so I'm doing better than the head of marketing, so that's kind of lit. What we were planning on doing was basically just telling Laura that I got 4 leads and he only got 1, so that way that I could actually get commission and get more money, which would be lit. But the problem is Jackson had already told Laura that Suarez had 2 leads, so he couldn't do that. So I had 3, he had 2. We had 5 leads total, which is pretty lit. But yeah, I don't know, it was like kind of fun, just going door to door, asking people if they wanted free no obligation quotes. Yeah, there's a bunch of nice people, you know what I mean? A bunch of nice old people who just wanted to, chat a little bit. I chatted about TV for a little bit with someone. Yeah, but then there was also this one lady who just was not happy. We started walking up her driveway and she just started screaming at us, and she was like, those OPP officers who just went around the corner, they're coming back for you. The funny thing is that the house previous, those OPP officers had pulled up on us. They were just wondering what we were doing. We said, yeah, we're just going door to door. We're with student parks. And like, okay, yeah, have fun, because we're not doing anything illegal. Sorry, I said to go around someone. Yeah, we're not doing anything illegal. We're just knocking on doors. That's what the doorbell's for, right? But yeah, I don't know. It was pretty fun. The thing that kind of made it fun was being out there with someone, because then it wasn't as stressful. Because basically, he did the first couple, and then I did a couple while he was there, and then I kind of went off. We kind of just split up a little bit, same street, but I would go on one side, he would go on the other side, type thing. Yeah, there was one lady who was really annoying. I was this close. I was super, super close to getting a lead. It would have been a C lead because she didn't really know what she wanted, which was fine. But it was a lead. It was some sort of lead, which would have been lit because then I could have gotten commission. And I was 2 seconds away. I asked her if I could get her contact information. Then her phone rings and she has to answer a call. And she told me to leave. I just left because she went back inside. Super, super unfortunate. Yeah, kind of annoying, but we live and learn type thing. The other biggest problem was that a lot of people just weren't there, because it's 1 o'clock on a Tuesday or a Thursday, but people are working, you know what I mean? So, kind of unfortunate, but, it's fine, chill. Yeah. What is this guy doing? There's 4 ways on going 50. Old lady. Tragic. Again, I'm not working tomorrow, which is nice, and I think I'm going out marketing on the weekend. So that'll be fun. I can make some money with that. Then I think I start actually painting on Monday, I think. So yeah, I'm making bank. I only work not 3 hours. I only work 2.5 hours, unfortunately. So it would be 19 an hour times 2 is 38. That's math, right? Yeah. 19 divided by 2 is 6.5. like 34 dollars. Basically $35 in an afternoon. That's not bad. I'll take that. For an hour of driving, now 2.5 hours of work and an hour driving back. Not even an hour, like 50 minutes each way. I'm chill with that. And like, I get the experience. I get the learning experience. So that later, I'll be better. So like, when I go out this weekend, I'm doing more marketing. It'll be better. I'm gonna get some leads. I'm gonna get some better leads, you know what I mean? Oh, I got the hiccups. That's unfortunate, I'm on the highway. Oh. Never mind. Yeah, looking. I'm late. And another thing is, some people are always skeptical of streamers because, like, you might not get paid because like students run the business. But like, I'm pretty confident that Jackson will pay me for a couple of reasons. One, he just seems like he seems like that kind of guy. He doesn't seem like you can rip me off. You know what I mean? The other thing is, today he was actually on the phone basically most of the time with the CRA. He was like on hold most of the time. He was on hold with the CRA to figure some stuff out so that he could pay us. I don't think you would do all that if he's just not going to pay us. So. from Toronto. I went to school in Toronto. Actually, like literally right beside TMU. I went to high school there. And he was saying, like, he was like, yeah, where do you live next year? And he was like, yeah, I'm in a house with some friends in the annex. And he got so mad at me because he was like, bro, the annex is so lit, bro. I want to live there. What the heck? And then I told him, like, yeah, I'm only paying like $1,300 a month for rent. He's like, bro, what? Not terrible because it's like a low-key rich neighborhood, which is like lit. So I'm gonna be basically getting like big room in a house. So we're gonna have like a whole big space, we're gonna have a backyard and shit for like kind of a normal price. $1,300 a month is like for one person. That's kind of cheap, low-key. Like that's a good price. The only downsides, it's like it's kind of far from campus, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, it's not even that bad. It's like a 45-minute walk. I could get a bike, but I'm probably not going to because I'm a bike in the city, bro. It's so dangerous. Or I can take the subway. The subway's like 30 minutes because it has to like go all the way around. Unfortunately, but it's just fine. I'm speeding, bro. I'm going 130. That's totally fine. Shut up, sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, I know. It'll be fun. But we usually find a fifth person. But it's difficult because the place is like kind of far, ish. Like it's not even that far. That's like, and the biggest problem is that the person we're trying to find is someone who will take a small room for $900 a month, which is a really good price. Super good price. Because but the thing is, it's a small room with no windows. What I'm planning on doing with my room is I'm planning on getting some lamps and then getting Govee light bulbs because they're not crazy expensive. 4 light bulbs are expensive, but the thing with the Govee ones is they connect to my phone, and then you can change the color, you can change the temperature, change the brightness, all that kind of stuff from my phone. You can have timers, you can like have anything turn on, stuff like that. And I already have another lamp that already is a Govee lamp, and it's so good. Like last year I had it in my room, and that's like the only lamp I used. I didn't use the room light at all, bro. It was like so lit. No, but that's kind of the idea. I'm trying to make, the room like litty. Yeah, I'm leaving, bro. Price doesn't really matter for me. Not really. Like the only thing that helps is like, it's good for my parents. But the thing is, like, they have enough money to do $1,300 a month, and they're fine with that. That's a fine price for them, right? Obviously, it's like Toronto, so it's like, but like at the same time, for Toronto, it's actually a really good price. $900 a month, I guess, would be better for them. I don't want to.